Willie B, hit the button.
Yep.
We are live.
Shit, yeah.
Another Sunday's Daze Unscripted. AT here. Willie B, Locke, our special guest for the day. Marlo.
Marlo.
What's good, people?
Marlo with the flow over here, man. Dog. If
Drummer converted rapper.
y'all need to keep your eyes peeled for that spotlight, man. This man rapped up and down these beats, man. He snapped. So, dog, I'm happy to have y'all back. Though this season 7, episode 1.
Yeah.
Dang, season 7, dog. It's been a while. If y'all been hanging on to with us this whole summer, this ain't nothing new because we've been potting regardless. But
Potting.
man,
Willie, what's up?
Hi, everybody.
every time.
As usual, what we been listening to, y'all?
Man.
What's been in our ears? What have we been gravitating to?
That Corday, man.
That Corday album? You keep
That
talking
YBN,
about that. You
man,
like it? That
man.
came out, what, 2 weeks ago? Still bumping it?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I mean, just consistently, bro.
Yeah.
Just I think just contextually, you know,
The track with Meek is classic to me.
it is, man, and it's so versatile and it's so right now. You know what I mean? It was a way to take, you know, to merge today and today's issues and mash it with modern day hip hop. You know what I mean? But then also give you like, you know, even his flow. You know,
Which is like
let me
his
take you
role
almost
almost.
back to a much simpler time. Yeah, like it's classic.
He's like a
man.
younger dude, but he's still in like the lyricist category.
for
Yeah.
sure.
He still makes good turn up records. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Collaborates with all the young
Broke as
people.
fuck was hard.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
he's definitely doing his thing. I respect it for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't think Locke's heard it. Willie, have you heard
I've
that?
not heard it.
No.
Yo,
It's
I
fire.
need to.
we supposed to be doing
I'm listening to bits
music
of it.
podcast.
Look,
What are we doing?
Look, I listened to parts of it, and the thing is, like, I want to listen to it because of what he said. I'm gonna listen to the whole album today. You know what I mean?
I
I'm
would
about
say
to leave
listen
here.
to 1,000 words first, man. That'd be
I gotta listen.
crazy.
I gotta listen to it one through
Yeah,
That's
whenever.
probably one of my favorites.
just how I
1,000
got-
words. there we
1,000
go.
words.
I gotta
It's
bump
crazy.
it. I gotta bump it intro through outro, just how I am. But after that, I'm gonna pick them out. I'm gonna keep you in mind when I listen to that track.
slacking, man.
I'm always slacking, man.
All you gotta do.
Chance drop. Chance drop.
Chance drop
Yeah,
too.
Chance did drop.
How I'm gonna help you is you go search Twitter, real AT swag. You go like that. Pin tweet right there.
This
3
dude.
playlists, either on YouTube, on Apple Music, or on Spotify. AT swag playlist. We know
Facts.
we update that every month.
Facts.
That's my evolving playlist.
it's
So
going. It's
I
going.
mean, that's where you gonna find. If you bump that, you ain't gonna be sleep how you
Facts.
normally are.
I feel you. I feel you. All right. All right.
What you been bumping then, man?
I've been. I started bumping that Rich Forever, man. I'm a big fan of that sound.
Rich
that
Forever 4 or whatever.
Yeah, Rich Forever 4. That Rich the Kid, Jay Critch.
I'm not a fan of Dex that much. I don't really. Like
I'm not a fan of Dexter. He feel like I don't know.
his voice.
It's
his
something
flow.
about him that feels like he's like trying to be in that realm that Rich and Jay Critch seem to be naturally, and it
Rich
seems
better
like
than
it's
Rich the Kid now to me too.
Hey, I feel you too.
Hey,
I feel it, man. That boy
You
got
like
it.
Jay Critch?
I'll give you. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
You heard Jay Critch?
Yeah, I was like, that's such an unpopular opinion. But I
Yeah.
was just like, I feel like just because you saying that, it's just like, yeah, you're right.
Jay
No, I
Critch,
feel you.
nice. I
Jay
mean, I
Critch
got a
is,
New York
so-
bias to me, and he New York,
Yeah.
but
I feel like he not as marketable as Rich the Kid though. Just his whole persona is different, which leads him to a different vibe. But I feel like he
He's
getting traction, man.
versatile.
That boy ended up on Madden, so it's like
Yeah.
let's love, man. He got it. I also been bumping a lot of G Herbo for some reason. I just been on that wave. I don't know. The sound has just been like feeling so. It's been like hitting me in like a bomb, and like in my bass almost. Just feeling like real comfortable listening to that music. So I just been bumping. I bumping a lot of his stuff. Bumping his Modest Beast album. Been bumping that, man. And of course, man, just trying to stay hip, dog. You know what I mean? Just playing
AT
something
swag playlist.
hot
That's
all
all
week.
you got to do.
I know, man. I'm sleep. So
Willie B, what have you been listening to, my good friend?
Nothing.
You haven't been.
Are you
just
serious?
podcast?
I'm very serious.
You listen to
I haven't
NPR?
been listening to a lot of music lately.
Just
What you been doing?
podcast?
Just YouTube videos for real.
Oh, okay.
Of what?
You learning?
Yeah, mostly like Vox videos or CNBC or I've been also looking at the name escapes me right now. Oh, Patriot Act, which is actually on Netflix, but they put the episodes on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Vox videos have been on the come up.
Yeah.
Vox
Since
videos
recently.
are fire.
Since recently, like
Those-
probably like
those
a year ago.
illustration videos, fire.
So no music for the king of entertainment himself. That's
Just
all right.
content.
It's
Just
just content.
Content is
consuming.
still entertainment. It's edutainment.
No
Damn.
music though. We credited it for being a music podcast. So I
We
don't
try.
really, but y'all, I be pulling us.
So what was you? Okay, so what you been bumping, bro?
Everything, man. I had to finish the playlist this week.
What
So
answer is that?
we've been bumping New Runkus.
You've been
That's
talking-
probably one of my favorite tracks right now.
Facts.
The Trippy Red
100%.
project is fire as well. Y'all better put on for your Ohio, man.
I can't.
That he the hottest doing it in Ohio.
I'll give him that, but it's not my.
False. That is
it's
me.
not my vibe.
It's me.
Okay,
Oh,
respectable.
facts.
As an Ohio rapper, I expect you to say
False.
that.
Let's go.
But Trippy project hard, and you gotta.
I
It's
gotta
just
give
like
it a listen.
You was sleep on A Boogie for how long, and
Yeah.
then finally you listened to me.
I was
so
asleep. I was asleep. I gotta put them up. But thing is, I've listened to tracks, man. It's just not me.
Okay,
I'll listen to him. I'll give him a listen because you said something.
honestly, like I don't like all his tracks, but like when I first heard like Topanga, then I was a fan. After I heard Topanga, I figured out it was a sample. I forget the sample off the top of the head, but I figured out it was a sample, and I just like how he addressed it. You know what I mean? He might not be the most lyrical, but he doing his thing.
We can't forget that Big Crit and
Man.
Wale have been dropping things.
I
Singles.
actually did not
I'm
know
waiting for the
Wale's
album.
dropped.
I mean, Prove It is hard.
I didn't know Wale dropped.
Wale, one of those people I'll listen to the
Y'all
album.
I've been peeping Crit's freestyles, man.
I heard the
Crit been
Jeremiah
Crit
track.
been, no, Crit, yeah, Crit.
Crit dropped the
busy.
album.
Yeah, Prove
That's
It.
like-
Prove
that's like
It
a
is
month
with J.
ago.
Cole and Crit.
That's a hit.
I sent you
It's
that.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Which is crazy.
That's like a month ago though.
Yeah, Crit dropped that project.
Thug dropped as well as
Thug
the
dropped.
quality control tape.
Thug dropped
The
that.
QC tape has a lot of music to digest on there, so I'm not really
Yeah.
through that. Thug's project, I think I've listened to a few times. It's
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Is
What's up?
Coach K and P the best managers in hip hop?
What did you say?
KMP.
On QC, you think they're the best managers in hip hop right now?
Man, I feel like look at the track record. You know what I mean? Like,
It's debatable.
We haven't seen a run like this since Young Money.
but stuff like that, it happens. It's all. I mean, it happens though.
They're
Young
not
Money
in that-
happens.
I don't put them in that same category either.
I
Young
sure
Money
do.
was so dominant. Like
Yeah.
QC is like they're doing their thing. Don't get me wrong, and they got a good amount of people that are popping, but like they're not taking over.
You think about longevity. You think about radio play and stuff like that. So it's just stuff like that plays a part. I mean, the track record is there. You think about anybody else that's doing it as big as they are, maybe not. But as far as like, you can't really put them in the same ballpark as people like Young Money. That was another level of dominance in a different era as well.
Yeah.
The streaming before
Yeah.
streaming and stuff. It was just different.
So different now. I
Yeah.
liked that conversation they had on the Joe Budden podcast. I don't know if you saw that, Willie, where they were talking. They asked Nicki if she kind of she linked the Cash Money and the Young Money run together. Like, what do y'all feel about that? Young Money, Cash Money, the same? Like, was it separate? Cash Money to me is different.
Cash Money. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's different ball game too.
Cash Money was not eating.
Like Young Money's run was definitely more musical
Yeah. Yeah. They had
Then-
the album. Yeah.
than what Cash Money was in the streets. Like,
Facts.
you feel me? Like, if you
That's
talk
real.
about hip hop, like
That's real.
hip hop is a reflection of us.
Yeah.
Like, so like when you talk about that, like the shit they was doing was the shit they was doing, and the shit
Yeah.
that and how they got out of that, they money was still in that. Niggas was still like niggas still locked. You feel me? Like, ain't Birdman Brothers still locked? You feel me? Like, it's real
if
shit.
They haven't built them
You know what I
out,
mean? So
yeah.
like they built it to that platform, made it notable, and made it a way for Cash Money to be that gangster and that reputable across borders. And you got to get that to Wayne too.
Yeah.
You got to get that lane to Wayne too. So then it's like you can say that, but they two different things. The door open. Cash Money did that shit with no limit. Them niggas was busting.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't really say they the same shit.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
I
but
see Young
I
Money.
just find it kind of hard because Young Money was Cash Money.
It
Like,
was.
that's
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it was-
You can say they separated themselves musically, but at the end of the day, on paper,
YMCMB.
yeah. Like, so, like, it. I mean, I commend Nicki for like setting herself apart, but at the end of the day, Cash Money, Young Money, like Nicki, you were a Cash Money artist. Yes, you're a Young Money artist, but you were directly under Cash Money.
Yeah.
She
and
just
Birdman
didn't-
was still all over all of that.
Yeah.
She just didn't
money
view
is still
herself.
in the name.
But yeah, Cash
It's
Money
Cash Money,
obviously
it's
was.
Young Money.
Yeah.
You your name still
Yeah.
matches. Like you like
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
you're
guess that's
Cash
how I
Money
feel.
Jr. Like
It's like Cash Money Jr. Yeah,
It makes
exactly.
sense. Like,
But y'all don't equate the like. It's not the same run though. Like as,
No,
it's the same
as
run.
Marlo is
I really,
breaking.
I really personally
But Cash
think
Money
of it,
ate off of that.
Yeah, I look at it as two
Yeah.
runs from the same label. I
Cash
really
Money,
do.
Cash
Two
Money,
different runs.
Cash
though.
Money
Yeah,
was
it's
on
two
a
different
run
runs from the same
because
label.
Young Money's on a run. Cash Money's on a run. When Cash Money's on a run, Young Money's not necessarily on a run because they're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
You look at Young Money. If Young Money makes money, Cash Money makes money. So Young Money being on a run, Cash Money's eating. Cash Money's also on a run just by association. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I feel like if anything, in that case, they had that run in that same respect, and they ate off of that momentum going after Young Money dissipated. I don't know. Did it dissipate? Is it still
Yeah,
around?
who knows?
And you want to know what?
Lil
I don't
Chucky-
think-
Where Lil Twist and Lil Chucky at?
Jacquees.
Yeah,
Gutta
but
Gutta.
here's the
Yeah.
thing: we have not
R&B.
seen a caliber of artists from a label since then like that,
Hell
where
no.
you have
Yeah.
Lil Wayne at the top,
Maybe
Drake at the
Good.
top,
Good
Nicki
was
at
close.
the top,
They tried
Tyga
good.
at the top. Like,
TDE tried. Dreamville's also doing that same vibe right now
Yeah.
too. What was it? Grand Hustle tried it too. They had.
Grand Hustle was not the same.
They tried. They tried. Give me a sec. They tried.
I mean-
Talking about A Cool like
Ti
that.
tried. They didn't say he succeeded. He tried. Okay.
No, man, what you have to inexplicably understand is that the magnitude of the particular situation was
You're
not that
trash.
you can compare to.
Don't play
Young
Tip
Money.
like that. Don't play Tip, bro.
They
Said
tried.
the epitaph in my career.
I don't know. I don't
Who's
know.
that allocated to?
And again, that's why I think Marlo said earlier, like with that distinguishing factor where they were running the streets and they were,
Different ball game.
yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's
Young
different.
Money was more of like a polished version.
Yeah,
They had
bruh.
Drake. You know what I mean?
You got to
was
think about
young.
that era, man. Like they birthed, like you got to think about like the Diplomats. Like them niggas was like, them niggas was really in that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like it was a different. Like it was post.
You gotta give Birdman
Biggie
respect.
You
man.
got
Facts,
to,
man. You got to, dog.
You got to give him
Business.
respect. He,
Are we doing that because he told us to do that?
I'm
though?
putting respect on your. I'm putting respect on your name.
we give him that, but I'm
Nah,
just at the
from
same
a
time.
business
All three of
standpoint,
us.
Yeah, from a business standpoint.
No, if we saying that, then Master P should get all of the respect.
I was
He-
gonna
and
say
I
that
feel
'cause
like
because he double. Yeah,
and
He's
in
not
the-
as
in the
relevant
streets
though.
and
His
in-
moves aren't as relevant.
Behind the
I
scenes,
don't know
he
about
does.
that.
His
though.
moves are
Be-
keep
Behind the
going.
scenes, he does. Behind the scenes, he does get the respect. He's similar to that Nipsey game conversation we had a while back. What last year we talked about who was the bigger West Coast legend? Was it Nipsey or was it the game? And I feel like Nip was a bigger legend because he was still in the streets and he was still doing this stuff and he was in there consistently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ultimately, that ended up being his demise. But the game was not on the same level as stuff that Nip was on. This far into his career. Nip's been doing this for 10, 15 years. That's what I was
Correct.
talking about. So, and it's like similar to that. It's like you look at this, it could be a similar situation where it's like behind the scenes, they see the value being held in that. And of course, on the other end, you know what I mean, in the media, it may not see it. It might not see the same. And the people may not see it the same. But I feel like the value is still held there. So,
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, you gotta give it to him. Like I said, I don't. Even if you don't agree with somebody's moral code or their moral character, you like what they did, like what he did with the money was fucked up. Like how you play Khaled like that, like that's
Right.
that's you know what I mean. Like and you play the people who helped you get to the platform that you were at.
He was
You know what I mean?
scheming and
Because,
finessing.
You know, because once he was getting older and he was getting out of that, you know what I mean. That's why I said that's when Khaled started busting and Khaled was going 2003,
Yeah.
2004, giving us mixtapes, type tracks,
When
and
it-
making them go global. Like,
yeah, man.
you know what I
He
mean.
was
Like
grinding.
Khaled was eating.
yeah, like out here grinding, like you know what I mean. Like that was Khaled. You know what I
Facts.
mean. Like
Facts.
he was giving us that. So it's like you can't. So you did that dirty. That's your moral code. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say that you didn't do some stuff to get up out of there and you
Right.
make your dough, but it is what it is.
You gotta
Exactly.
respect it.
You gotta
It is what it is.
respect the bull.
But in the end, I feel like Master P is in that upper echelon, though.
He made
personally.
sure everybody ate.
Snoop said he learned everything he got from Master P
And that
financially. Snoop said that he was like Master P was that nigga.
that's
He
facts,
the one
man.
that showed us how to do movies. He's the one that showed us do all of that.
That's real.
So you can't take nothing away from him.
That man played for the Knicks. You feel me?
Hey,
Anyways, this dude was talking about he was bumping Neo, man. Bumping his R&B, man.
that
What
was
was
a
you
few. That was like a week ago. But yeah, early
Love
2000s Neo.
like
was-
that? I can't. What was it? I'm sick of the radio. Sick of sad songs on the radio. What's that song called? I can't turn the radio
So sick
on.
of love songs.
So sick of love songs.
Willie, that's
So
Willie's
sick
fucking
of
life
love songs.
playlist right there. Neo.
Man, I feel like that was a whole nother era of music, bro. We was talking about this earlier
was,
with the
man.
T-Pain, like Dream and
Chris Brown was
Neo,
first
Chris
out.
Brown.
Trey Songz was fresh out.
Usher was eating.
Before
Usher
Drake
was.
was singing.
It was I feel like people rolled out
Tell
albums differently
me
back
what's
then,
really
man.
going on.
I feel like people rolled out stuff differently back then, man. But it was also different resources, I feel like, too. So
Shit's so different now.
I mean, you look at the way people rolling out the Sacrifices stuff, like Sacrifices content. That's from the Dreamville stuff. They've been pushing content on that since January. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which
How
is crazy.
long will it continue?
I feel like it continue into next year. They made over 240 songs, so they end up like, of course, they only use 17, maybe less than that for the Dreamville album, and then you have all those artists that showed up. Like, where did all those songs go? They weren't trash. You know what I mean? I know they got to go somewhere. There got to be some heat in there somewhere that's being used. So I feel like people like Voss is using that with that Spilled Milk Volume 1. He could probably drop like 3-4 of those probably.
Oh.
And then you got albums being dropped. You got Guapdad dropping music. You know what I mean? This dude obviously was out there.
Drop that hard.
He was all over the Dreamville album. He had 4 tracks on there. You know what I mean? So, and he created some bonds on there. He created the Zoinkies gang or something like, I forgot what it was called, but he was a part of that.
I don't know if they're gonna do anything with
I mean,
that.
I don't think they will, but I feel like in general, those individual relationships, those are features waiting to be had on,
They got a
on
whole
future albums
project.
and stuff like
Zoinky
that.
Gang got a whole project.
Or at least a tape, that'd be hard. Yeah, at least like a 6-7 track tape, that'd be crazy. But man, that same through the Sacrifices though, man. They got Sacrifices dropping. They dropping video about that. They just record that in July.
I've been asleep on my video game lately. I can't lie.
You the last one.
Besides like that Runckus video, I don't remember what.
That's just some extreme heat. You can't really avoid that.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Besides the Runckus video, I have not been watching videos. Sadly, I haven't been streaming. That's why.
You gotta do better, man. The Sacrifices video though, that Johnny Visa story, man, that stuff was crazy. Did you know about
I
that?
want some Earth Gang videos. That's what I was gonna say.
Facts,
Their
man.
project is on the way.
Maryland.
September.
I want some Earth Gang
Man,
videos.
he was
man.
talking about his situation where his dad passed last year. Yeah, and he talked about how the song Sacrifices is basically him talking about like his dad and like how he had to grind and sacrifice to get to where he was at. Talking about how he used to be he came back from school or whatever. He was at school, he came back, found out his dad was sick, and he was like, man, what's going on? It's like he just been working like these 12, 14-hour days. He like, man, what? Like, so I'm about to help him. Try to jump in there and help him out, and then he work with him from like 4 a.m. to like 11 p.m. at night, and then go to the stew, you know what I mean, and then go and do shows, you know what I'm saying, trying to make it happen, and then he made it happen. The sacrifices that he put in there made it happen. I feel like it's reminiscent of like your situation, you know what I mean. You talk about the sacrifices, you got these things you're juggling, and you sacrificing time and stuff like that, and effort and energy to try and just make it happen. So I feel like that's just the wave. And he was talking about how it was so symbolic because he recorded the video on the anniversary of his dad's death, like on the day anniversary. Dreamville flew his mom out for the video, out to wherever they shot at and stuff like that. It was just like a whole experience, and like it was just like almost like symbolic, like I made it, like this is, I did the sacrifices worth it type thing. So
Dreamville, they out here.
Stuff crazy, man.
Yeah, man, I love their process, man. Like they go and they meditate together.
Who don't want to be signed to Dreamville?
Yeah, like,
who don't want to be signed to Dreamville?
Like,
you want to be signed to Dreamville, Willie?
I don't have anything to offer Dreamville, so I would have to go with the no.
You could
You're
be a
the
male
king of
vocal
entertainment. What do you
singing.
mean?
You got keys.
You are the king of entertainment.
I would be able to not benefit them.
I disagree. You got so many skills. You don't think that you would be able to benefit them.
I can probably like.
Just say
if
you
they-
don't like
I can-
J. Cole.
I can do.
Yeah, facts. Just say
I
it.
never
Just say it flat
said
out. Just
I
say
didn't like
Just
J.
say
Cole.
it. Just
No.
say it if that's the
You
You
want
say
case.
you don't like him. It's
lie.
okay.
Huh?
You want me to lie? I didn't
want
say
you to tell the
don't
truth.
You don't
Willie.
want to be signed to Dreamville.
You don't like.
I didn't
J.
say it.
Cole.
I'm not an artist.
Okay, we're not doing this no
I
more,
can
man.
I can get coffee for J. Cole.
We gonna move forward with the show. Some news came out last week. I don't know a lot of details about this, but it was the Mia Khalifa thing, the porn star Mia Khalifa.
Yeah, supposedly
Oh,
she
man.
dropped like a YouTube video with an interview with one of her friends, coming out about her experience in the industry
Oh, that's dope.
and how she only made $12,000 her whole career.
Whoa.
Yeah, but that was 3 months. So
Whoa.
Right, and
that's $4,000 a month.
Her name is all over the
And
the
basically
news. Her
what-
face all over the place.
What you're saying? She only did activities on
Yeah.
camera.
So like I'm confused why she's complaining about that.
she only did it. For
and that's
3
kind of what the
months.
other
Exactly.
porn stars are coming out and saying, like,
Oh, word?
like
Oh,
why?
she tripping.
real conflict.
why is someone like this who has really little experience
Very
in the
little
industry
experience.
coming out and speaking out about it when like some of the other porn stars obviously have made millions and have
Lisa Ann,
grinded,
for sure.
but that's 1,000 videos deep.
No,
12.
and you want to know what? Here's another. Here's where
Just
Mia Khalifa doesn't understand. She doesn't understand the business of the porn industry. And the fact of the matter is,
she got clout. She got a
I
clout
don't.
booth.
That doesn't matter. You're still a work for hire. So at the end of the day, if you're not Lisa Ann and you own your production company, and when you go do a film, your production company is behind it. Just
you
how
own
Kevin
none
Hart
of
when
the
he
rights.
does something, his
Yeah.
production company is behind it.
That's
You
why
can't
she's not
complain about
eating
being
it
a
off
work
it
for
now,
hire.
though.
Huh?
She's not eating off of it now. That's why.
That's her fault. I don't care about her little whiny.
You gotta get more into the industry to be able to develop.
Yeah, and she
like
had
that.
very little experience. So if somebody comes to your job and they work for 3 months and then they stop working and then they're complaining about how they weren't able to be eating after they got done working, I'm like, you were here 90 days.
Is
man.
she mad?
Like you were here 90 days.
Willie is not a fan of Mia. Clearly,
Is she
No,
mad?
I mean, she makes good films. She's nowhere near like my top favorite porn artist. But like the fact of the matter is like she's whining and complaining. Not necessarily. She's not complaining about how she's been treated in the industry. Yeah. She's not complaining about how she was looked at, whether it came to like her race.
So she's
creed,
not talking
anything
about
like
it.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
she's
Talk about
talking
it,
about
brother.
her not being able to get paid after she got paid.
But
I'm sorry, you don't get royalties from this.
I'm so confused
You
because
could've.
it's like how long ago was that?
Did she do a
Years ago,
publishing
right?
deal for like her video
no,
content?
I'm saying she.
How
could've,
long-
She owned
So-
it. She could sell it.
Exactly.
Right.
She didn't own her content.
How long ago did she make those videos? Was it like 5,
Years
6,
ago,
7,
probably.
8 years ago?
was-
Why is it just now becoming an issue?
They're
Because
just
she's
kinda-
choosing to complain
but
about
They're
it now.
still kind of saying that she's still ranked on Pornhub, that type
is
of
she
stuff.
mad
So
that she's known for it? Is she
But
mad
doesn't she?
that
I
have a
don't
job,
think
though?
so.
Didn't she on like a radio show?
the
or
thing
something?
is, like her, and again, that's what the other porn stars are complaining about is that
She
she
got-
still kept her name after that. You
yeah,
know
like
what
why
I mean?
would you do? Why you?
That's
what you
not
mad
Mia
about?
Khalifa is not her real name.
I didn't think. Like, no way. Like why would?
I never thought about that.
But like
It's
how?
important.
Why
It's
would
like
you?
a different name. It's
Like what are you angry about? Like, I'm trying to understand. Like, is she angry or is she bashing the fact she only made 12,000? Is that what the video?
I
is
feel
saying?
like, or maybe she's saying she needs more because of her notoriety. But like, fam, you got a lane that you didn't have to do porn no more. So if that was the case, you got
and
what
you
you
still
needed,
won.
You feel me?
And
Like,
you got to take it as
you got
a
a
W.
dub. Like, so if you're gonna use your looks, then use it. I'm not condoning that. I'm not for anyone
I
out
mean,
there.
go for it if you.
Not
If,
condoning
But I
that.
mean,
Each
it's
his
not.
own.
Don't
It's
think
not
women have
also
to
not a
use their
disgrace to
bodies.
be a porn star anymore.
But
You
yeah,
know?
I'm saying
not
if
at
that's what
all.
you want to do. I'm saying you're on the way to doing that. So
but you
what
gotta understand the risk associated with that stuff too. Maybe it won't work out. Damn. Oh well. Just try something else.
Wrong route.
Yeah.
And
facts.
as Willie said, she made 12,000 in 3-4 months. That's
low-key
That's
eating.
good.
Yeah,
I
4
wish.
grand a month.
I wish I made 12K in 3 months. Damn.
Yeah, 4K a month. You eating good.
Well, damn.
She sounds like a whiny baby to me. I'm sorry. That she like I don't agree with anything that she's saying. As
Well,
far
we
as
haven't
this right
watched
now.
the whole interview, so
Yeah,
we're
I
also getting kind of like a glimpse of what she actually talked about.
I'm
So-
curious as to what she if she's actually upset or if she's just touching on the fact that she's like, hey y'all, don't do porn.
Y'all don't
'Cause
even
I
watch,
only
listen
made-
to music, so I don't. When I send y'all the,
You said who is
you
y'all?
was-
Yeah,
right,
I haven't
Marlo with
listened to a
me.
lot of new stuff.
well, go
Okay,
peep this video
I'll
if
admit-
you get a chance and see what she's talking about. I guess.
This video
Yeah.
is not porn. It's just
It's not porn.
I don't know if I want to watch it.
But moving on past Miss Khalifa, we're gonna move on to the Hong Kong situation. I don't know if y'all know, the media seems to be slowing down on this, but this shit has been ramping up over there. But there is a Hong Kong it's 11th week of
Can
protest.
we still
bro.
not fly over there?
No, you can't. It's still grounded, bro. You can't fly in. You can't fly out to Hong Kong in particular.
Oh, to Hong Kong. I was about
That-
to say,
that-
no, I got a
that-
homie that's
That
going home.
territory is like essentially quarantined right now due to the protests, and they starting out like a protest restriction, and it showed up. It escalated the situation, and now tens of thousands of people have now occupied the streets and the freeways and all these areas out there, and it's get to the point now where it's making me nervous because of the track record over there in China when they deal with civil unrest. They don't really deal with it constructively. They usually tend to use brute force. I'm just gonna be frank.
They stone people.
There's
in
stuff
China.
already. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And
Stone you.
there's stuff already coming out now that they've shot someone in the eye, shot someone in the face,
Could you imagine getting hit in the face?
It's different than
With a
over
rock.
here.
And she's lost her eye.
But I mean,
With a
the other thing
rock,
we have to understand is that
They
Hong
let
Kong-
Nazis protest here, bro.
Hong Kong does not operate under the jurisdiction of what the rest of China is. So it's a semi-autonomous state.
Yeah.
Under the
Hong Kong is different.
under the agreement after Hong Kong came from British rule, they're
Had their own
functioning
thing.
as a semi-autonomous state until 2047. So
like a territory.
so essentially, what Hong Kong is trying to do, as far as passing this extradition bill, is essentially take away some of the rights that people in Hong Kong already have today. So instead of waiting till 2047, they want to kind of get it where
Extradite.
Hong
Yeah,
Kong
push
is
it
under
up.
the rest of the communist rule. But what people don't
Escalate
understand is that messes up the entire economic state of what Hong Kong is. It messes up the entire social state of what Hong Kong is. People are now being stripped of rights that they literally had yesterday. And the fact of the matter is what will be the millennial class of people who are there right now are literally trying to fight for rights for when they become baby boomer age around 20.
Yeah, for their
47.
kids.
For their
essentially.
kids, because the fact of the matter is they may not see those same civil liberties.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's legit, man. And obviously,
I appreciate it.
I mean, and
just spill some knowledge. Man.
I mean, and that's what's going on. Though. That is the baseline of what the protests are about, and it's in its 11th week of protests. So it's 11 weeks, man. That is almost 3 months of straight protesting. People out there on the streets fighting with policemen, dog, getting like the nightstick to the face and like getting beat, bro. There's videos out of this stuff, but still they have grounded all planes. There's nobody coming in, nobody going out, dog. Tourists, everybody that went there for a tourist and they was out there for a trip or something like that, they out there.
So they have like their own government, or like, because I know they're going to be a communist state. So like, do they have their own military? Because how do you control who technically fly in? Like, what if military said no, we're shutting this down? You guys are like, what if can someone override that?
It's a communist
The
state.
Chinese government.
That's
China
what I'm
as a
saying.
whole, China as a whole is communist. I'm not sure what Jinping has as far as like rule over the jurisdiction that is Hong Kong. But the fact of the matter is they are kind of disconnected from what the rest of China is.
Yeah.
And they're trying to I mean, you got to see like how beneficial that is to them. Hong Kong is right on the border, so it makes it really good to do imports and exports. As far as like
And
goods and
you think
services.
about a lot of Chinese cities. The main cities are port cities, and they're built,
Exactly.
and that's where everybody is. A lot of other places in China, there is nobody out there.
The
There's
boonies.
farmers. You know what I mean? That's all it is. It's
The rice
it's-
farmers.
They are concentrated into these small areas where there's millions and billions of them. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say billions, but there's millions of them in these cities. You know what I mean? So many people in this large populated area, and the cities span out large areas, whatever. But a lot of China, like we go inland, it's a lot of that is farmland. You know what I mean? But Hong Kong, Beijing,
Shenzhen, which used to. The
Y'all
funny thing about
talking like
Shenzhen
y'all
is
been
that-
to China.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
mean-
saying. He said Jinping.
The
like,
funny
you
thing
live
about
there.
Shenzhen is that the fact that Shenzhen just used to be a
went to
village,
China.
really. It's
Yeah,
like
it was.
300,000 people, and now it has turned into this almost business epicenter
It's
where a
becoming-
lot of goods and services are coming
they're trying
from.
to escalate that to be the next Beijing, essentially. They're trying to create a sister Beijing so they can create more imports and exports and just make it more efficient. But that's the thing. Hong Kong is now a part of that since they were able to acquire that back from Britain. So it's like they're still trying to use that stuff productively and constructively. But of course, that government, they have put in a military order, like an executive order over here would be like martial law or some shit.
Yeah.
Like we are putting a stop to this shit. Similar thing going on in India. And we don't even have nothing, we don't know what the fuck's going on over there because they cut off internet, bro. What? You know what I mean? They just got internet like 2 years ago. You know, on some factual shit. Like they just got access to like YouTube and stuff like that, all those things just recently. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why I think they're able to cut that stuff off so easily because they just got it. But the thing is, stuff like that is going on.
Said, we taking the internet.
Imagine.
But the
though.
funny thing about India is it's really difficult to kind of do business with India from the fact that the Himalayas are pretty much what their northern border is.
Yeah.
So even from a very geographical standpoint, it makes it really good for if you get into a war. Like it makes it hard to
Yeah, I
penetrate,
guess so,
but
yeah.
it also makes it very difficult for business because other than coming in from the port that will be in the southern part of India, it's
the
really
Indian Ocean,
difficult to try and get any business going there. Hong Kong is one, slightly separate from what China is, and two, a very very much of an economic power. But the fact of the matter is, with all the civil unrest, you're seeing a lot of people either going this hard for their rights or kind of considering the fact of moving to somewhere more like a Singapore or moving to other larger cities, possibly Japan, maybe
still
Taiwan.
It's out in the Pacific Ocean, Pacific area, whatever.
Well, they
but,
can't leave at all right now.
Yeah, right now they ain't going nowhere. But stuff is crazy, bro. It really is crazy.
He can talk when he wants to.
Yeah, when he wants to. He don't listen to music though. So
yeah, no music. y'all ridiculous. Y'all got anything else?
Oh, you gotta talk about this man.
Marlo.
Chapter 7 is coming out, y'all. Yo, what is going on? This dude Marlo is the
drummer
future,
turned rapper.
Drummer turned rapper.
Yeah.
Are you like a T-Pain? Like, you know, it's like rapper turned singer, drummer turned rapper.
I guess you can say that.
Are you gonna use auto-tune?
On my drums, yes.
How do you?
That'd be fire.
How do you feel about auto-tune?
I think that it has a place and a time. I think music is not as scripted as what people think it is, and but it is contextual. So I think on certain beats, I think that it sounds amazing, because 808s and Heartbreaks and my Deep Dark Twisted Fantasy is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think that with that sound, I rock with it. But just like I rock with the T-Pain sound too, because I think that he was different than what auto-tune is being used for now. I think that Trap did use it effectively. To take
Remember when they used to think he couldn't sing?
Yeah, but then niggas had to show niggas because he was like, because this is the only thing you can say about T-Pain though, because he was always in key. Now I understand with auto-tune you can put it in key for them to perform it, but you couldn't be able to, like when you sing, you couldn't be able to drop an octave while doing that.
Exactly.
On key to
you
do
can,
that.
and I'm sure he made it stricter than usual.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So him being, he has an understanding for music. So like, you have to give. That's why I always give him that edge. Like I ain't got no knock on Future. I ain't got no knock on anybody who uses it. It's just that if we're gonna talk music, then let's talk music. I feel like T-Pain musically affected the game, and then also the nigga could rap, and he could dance, and he had, and he could fit. You know what I mean? Like he turned the 2000s up. Like you can't say that you throw Pain on some shit with Khaled and then nigga yelling at you. He just all I do was win. Like the nigga's up there. All the time, like on 12
energy,
and then he can also sing some shit to you, like talking about I'm in love with a stripper, like So I mean, you gotta give his man that. But anyway, that's how I feel about auto-tune.
Facts. Yeah, I feel that.
I rock with that.
Auto-tune. But back to what you've been doing. So you a drummer turned rapper. Chapter 7 is your first project officially.
Yeah.
And it just felt right for you to move forward with this at this time. You got a lot of things going on, a lot of new things popping off, dog. Yes, sir. It's like I'm just hyped. I'm ready to listen to the project. You know what I mean? Because it's like I feel the energy, dog. I feel the excitement behind you. Like I'm ready to see it, bro.
Yeah, man. It's it's been a journey. It's been a huge journey. But Chapter 7, like I said, it was originally just me writing, rapping. Once I learned how to once I figured out how to rap, once I figured out flow, then I realized, you know what,
overnight.
No, it like that. But you know what, man, it's been such a process. That's why I was like, you know, I know we're gonna talk about it more or less, not, you know, before, but like right now I could really like tell the story, you know, more or less for it to make more sense, bring context to it. So, like, when I was in Columbus, with my wife at the time at our house, and so I was just getting back into like I wanted to get better. Like playing, so I started taking YouTube tutorials, pad like practices, and also like learning to like reread music. So I was starting to do that. So then what I started doing was when I would practice, I would just put on instrumentals and just I would just play over the instrumental. So then, if you take words and you take a beat, if you do, I'll say like if you playing a beat. Every time I get it, I spit it, you want to feel it. That's a
yeah.
So I had to hear music that way. So I never heard words. I heard drumming.
You heard the syllables, yeah.
So then what I started doing was I played Fat Joe's Lean Back. I was going to do a drum pad video over that. And then I played Remy Ma's verse on my pad. And I was like, got like R to the easy, M to the wizard. So So like that's the verse. So then I'm like, nigga, that's rap. And I'm like, if you can play it, then you could rap it.
Yeah.
So then it was like, so then it started moving from there. You feel me? So then when I got to over to that overnight shit, I was able to really understand that I could fit in between a beat. Like it's two of them. So then if I understand that, then I understand pocket because I play drums. I can pick up wherever I want. So I guess, you know, like, you like the way I spit it, I get it, you go back. I'm understand, I'm in it, I'm all that. This is all that, all facts. Straight, this was all rap, I'm back. Like, I could do whatever I want because I understand pocket. So then I was like, and I could be lyrical. So then it was just like, fuck it. Nigga, we rapping.
Are you a fan of MF Doom?
Yes.
I
Yes, I
can
am. Yeah. Earl sweatshirt, all good. But then, like, you do that, and then contextually, like, for me, like you got some bars where I was rapping before, like, you could be like, yeah, and I feel it, I'm in it. My niggas got real feelings. Like they be like on some aggressive shit. Like, you can still do that, and you can be that. You feel me? So it's like, I didn't want to put myself in a box, because then I start doing like real smooth shit, like on some like Heavy D meets LL Cool J type shit, and it works. But it was just like, I wanted to broaden my horizon. You feel me? And so then, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, with Chapter 7. It's the ending of something that I learned. Now it's on, in my opinion.
He's just getting started, he said.
Yeah, facts.
As we are. That's the Daze, man.
Yeah.
Unscripted. Great show. Earlier, great unscripted episode. Y'all got any last words?
Man, it's all love,
hungry.
dog. It's all, nigga say he hungry. It's all love, man. Much love to y'all for always tuning in, man. Much love to this dude, dog.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming through, definitely going hard on the show. When it come out, y'all gotta peep it. It's gonna come out sometime next week, man. Stay alive, stay live for that. Freestyle crazy. Also, shout out to Willie B. Always holding it down behind the camera.
Thank you.
He's amazing. In the conversation, always bringing in with the facts and the info, dog.
He's like White Hand.
And the questions.
Yeah, facts for Smash Brothers.
White Hand.
The creator.
Marlo, last words.
Man, the marathon continues, man. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. For sure.
R.I.P.
And yeah, man, the marathon continues. Chapter 7. Just look out for what we got coming next. Like I said, next record, next banger is called FU with me and Keisha. So look out. That's gonna be a Cleveland banger.
Me and
Look
Keisha
out,
smoking
look
on
out.
that
Willie.
Hey.
My last words.
Here we
just,
go.
Oh yeah, my last words is pretty much, stay grounded in your foundation. Fight for what you believe in. Invest in what you believe in, and stay grounded in what you believe in.
Yeah.
Amen.
Peace to Hong Kong, man.
Yeah, facts.
Shit.
Oh, and the brand. I forgot the brand. I forgot.
Highheat.com.
Daze Unscripted. That's my last words. I can't even take y'all serious. No.
Highheat.com.
Hine.com. Hineapparel.com.
Yes.
Yep.
Plug.
Definitely plug. I forgot. Meditative pill. CBD wholesale.
Look out. More content on the Q Brand YouTube channel as well as our personal Instagrams. Much love for tuning in. Until next time, y'all.
That was it.